gentlemen, happy hump day and welcome to the morning sprint. My name is Daphne Gray. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Of course, we're having a good time because we are halfway through the week, which means we are almost there. And yes, this is the last day of January, and I feel like this month has lasted forever. Even this week, I was just like, oh my God, it's just Wednesday. But it's okay. We're going to go into this day with happy spirits. A lot of cool stories that we got to go over today. For example, this one right here will have you like, what would I do in that situation? It's kind of one of my biggest fears, okay? You're looking at your screen right now. These two men lost at sea. But it's a viral video of a cruise ship rescue that we're going to chat about later on. But again, let me know, what would you do if you found yourself in this situation? What would you think? Something that I think nobody would ever imagine themselves being in, but you know, it happened. Also, we're still taking that poll, man. Do you got 49ers or do you have the Chiefs, or are you just watching the Super Bowl for the commercials? At this point, the 49ers have caught up with the Chiefs at the last check. I think it was like earlier, like around 6:30ish or something. We did a glance at the poll that you guys are voting on. So I think it was like a 44% to 40 something else percent. Either way, let us know your thoughts. We're going to get to it. Jazzy Jazz is coming to us later on in the show. We also talk about the good that happens in the community and good that happens in light of bad situations sometimes. And right now we have a situation that happened in downtown Roanoke. Roanoke police held their first community walk of the year in downtown area. Officers walked up and down the street checking in with businesses and residents. Walks are meant for police to interact with community and hear the issues that they're having. It's an initiative Chief Scott Booth brought to the Star City when he took the job last October. Officer Jacob Underwood says that by showing a presence, hopefully people will begin to feel safe downtown.
And say, hey, here we are, come walk with us. That way we can show you that we feel safe, and we want to also add that safety element to you as well. Coming down here, communicating with us, doing all of that to basically build that trust.
The plan is to have one of these walks in different part of the city each month. Yesterday's walk was planned regardless of the downtown shooting situation that happened a weekend where 3 people were sent to the hospital. Department leaders say that the incident just pressed the urgency of needing a walk downtown. So, yeah, man, good deals right there. And I feel like if it worked where Chief Booth came from, it's going to work here, you know. And if anything, I love seeing that positive interaction between the community and police officers. So many times we all are familiar with how much they have a bad rep they get. And in reality, it is because of them that our communities are safe. It's because of them that our communities are cleaner. I know they could be cleaner, but are just in a point of you can see the positivity that is happening. So, yeah, if you got an officer, if you run into them, whatever, I don't care who you are, take your hat off to them, say thank you, because, again, they are the reason why our communities can survive and our children are safe the way they are. It's tax season, guys, and I will say I'm one of the people who I just don't like waiting to the last minute to get file my taxes. I remember, especially during the pandemic, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody and their mama trying to do it. I don't want to be late. I want to make sure I get my check on time. And so I just always have made it a point to file mine early. Did last year. Super excited about that refund check. And like many people out there, came back like, neat, like these pennies right here. Yeah, that's exactly how much my refund check was last year. So either way, this year there's some things in place that could make you get a larger check in hand. This time of year has rolled around and you can now start filing your taxes, but it doesn't need to be so stressful. You have until April 15th, but tax experts recommend that you start earlier than later. The president of Kimball Tax Services says that before filing, you should be patient and make sure that you have all of your documents, and that includes your social security number, all sources of income like W-2s, bank interest forms, and any types of deductions. Also, if you got like an identity situation set up where someone tried to start your identity, you'll get it in the mail and should have already gotten it, the PIN number that is designated to you. He also says that people should try to look at last year and try to think of any changes that they have made, like a new job or new investments.
Let's make sure we've got everything. That's really big for us. We see so many people that come in and file right now, and then they're back a month later adding a W-2. And then they're giving back some of the refund that they just got.
And you may notice some differences this year. IRS made several changes to income tax brackets to help adjust for inflation. And this means that you may end up with a bigger refund. Last year, the IRS says the average refund was just over $3,000. I don't want to see that because I sure didn't get that. But anyways, with this tax bracket changes, you can expect more. I explained, of course, we got the available tax credits and how you can get money back for any energy efficient home projects if you go to our website at WSLS.com. I can attest to the fact that they say that if you file your taxes this year, you will get a larger refund back. Thank God I did mine. I think I did mine like 2 days ago. You know, like I said, I like to get right at the gate and get it done. Did mine 2 days ago and ended up getting way more than what I got last year. So get it in while you can. And also, if you get in early, it will prevent from you falling victim to fraud. You know, there are a lot of people who like to take advantage of other people's identities, take advantage of other people's, hesitation, not even necessarily hesitation, but the elongated time that you take to file your taxes. The more of a chance that somebody could do something stupid, and next thing you know, like somebody have filed the taxes in your honor. So I just, to alleviate any of those issues, get them done as soon as possible so you're not waiting in line, if anything. So there's something very bizarre blowing up on social media, and I just found out about it today. This Gen Z population, them jokers always coming up with something. I know you guys have heard of the phrase silent quitting. Well, get this. There is an iconic Richmond, hold on, let me get into this one. Oh, yeah, there you go. Growing TikTok trend might be helping Gen Z become more financially responsible. Hey, Rebecca, what you doing? How you doing, girl? How you doing? Oh, God. Our producer that used to be on this show, now she's walking in. It makes me feel so happy. Okay, so anyways, back to what I was saying. It's called Allowed for Budgeting, and it's all about taking and talking openly with friends and family about how much money you're willing to spend, when and where. Financial advisors say that accountability is a good step, but budgeters also need to set up specific goals and follow through. Experts say that there are really two sides to this. There are hard finances and sticking to a budget, and an emotional side to spending and saving. The new trend is making young people feel like they're not alone if they can't spend as much money as others around them. So what I hear when I see this kind of story is basically, if I'm broke and if I'm talking about it, it feels good when other people are also broke and they're talking about how broke they are. So if that is your situation, then yes, I guess we are all loud budgeting. We were having a conversation earlier today, and we were literally just joking because before I got to the story, Rebecca was talking about how she had X amount of dollars in her bank account. Like, we all on the struggle bus right now. But yeah, and we were talking about, oh Lord, we need these paychecks to come in. And I too was able to say, yeah, I ain't got that money either. So I guess that part is you kind of have like a verbal understanding that you ain't got much money to work with, but yet you got just enough to stop by Chick-fil-A. Like, so stuff like that, I think that's what that is. So whatever floats your boat, Gen Z, do your thing. All right, so back to this bizarre situation blowing up on social media. It's about a gun hole. I was just like, what in the world is this? I was thinking it was like a bullet in the sidewalk, but no, it's actually shaped like a gun, and it's in the ground. It's kind of like the rat hole that you saw in Chicago. But get this got almost 2 million views after it was posted on Twitter. It may have started as a joke, but it's turned into a full-blown obsession for some people, with people bringing some unique offerings to the gun hole that one local can explain better. Of course, you go to our website to check that out. If you are also looking to go see the Virginia landmark, you can find the gun hole nestled on the sidewalk of Addison Street between Cary and Maine. Again, this is in Richmond, so if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, do your thing, baby. Float your boat. I don't know. It's amazing how certain things are very intriguing to people. So no judgment here. Whatever entertains you, man, do your thing. So we had some technical difficulties earlier. For a second, I got locked out of my account, so I can't get into my computer and actually do anything. Meteorologist Chris Michaels, he's not going to join us today, but all you need to know is that it's cold and it's misty, and some areas are getting some flurries here and there. So if you are in certain counties, I know some schools and districts and stuff were on a 2-hour delay today, but make sure you download the weather app, WSLS.com, go to the App Store, do your thing, and try to make sure you stay in the know with what's going on around you on your forecast. So it was a suite at a Pennsylvania elementary school, if I can read the script correctly, when a military father reunited with his kids after serving overseas for 4 months. Super sweet situation, because it's one of those things where, again, it's when your father is off overseas because they're in the military, or any kind of parent, and they come in and they surprise their kids. That always brings joy to everybody's faces, and as you can see, they surprised these children who were actually getting on the stage to talk about their father serving in the military. Apparently, it's been 8 months since they saw him, and oh my gosh, he looks just like his daddy. I didn't even realize that, but yeah. Super sweet situation there. Always cool to celebrate our heroes when they come back and whenever they are able to see their loved ones. Again, it always brings a smile to everybody's faces. Let's get into this, man. You know, Super Bowl is a big talker right now, but more than anything, the Kansas City Chiefs situation, a little love story between Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. That is also going to be a part of the situation, the coverage that might annoy people and it might make other people happy. But here we go. Travis Kelce's jersey is spotted on a ring that Taylor Swift wore. And because that ring is there, now everybody and their mama wants this particular ring. And they found a Kansas City store where they got it. Chiefs popularity soaring, the small business EB and Co. is hustling to keep up. Customers are traveling to their store because they're out of stock online, and it started out with just a few orders, but now it's grown into more than 500.
I mean, I think hands down, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened for my company and my business for sure. It felt like I was in Vegas because every time there was a cha-ching, and it was just like cha-ching, 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 and it was just kind of wild.
The owner says that she and her team will keep fulfilling orders even after the Chiefs hopefully secure another kind of ring. And we all know what kind of ring we're talking about there, the Super Bowl ring. So, yeah, a lot of things are getting intense in the Sin City because they're becoming football city. Less than 2 weeks to go before the Super Bowl. Allegiant Stadium is getting ready. Signs for the Super Bowl 58 are going up all around the venue, and the big game is always a massive draw for Las Vegas, and sports fans come to watch and bet on the game. Now, as a host of this year, the city is also expecting even more than the usual amount of visitors. Many casinos and other locations around the city are also decking out decorations for the February 11th game between the Chiefs and the 49ers. Now, again, we're going to get to Jazz later on because I do want to check out that poll again. The last check, they were kind of even. It's kind of balancing out now. But at first, it was a bunch of people saying the Chiefs going to win. Now we're seeing a lot of 49ers coming in and putting their votes in as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I want to see the 49ers win because I think they played a better season this year, but I completely understand if the Chiefs win. Either way, I know whether your team wins or not, the commercials are going to be pretty entertaining, hopefully, and the halftime show will be pretty entertaining as well. So something to look forward to, but put your votes in right now because we're going to get to Jazzy Jazz later on to figure out what you voted on. Here's a crazy situation. A man fell almost 40 feet deep into a manhole. He's lucky to be alive, and he's lucky to be found. So the man was able to call 911 for himself, and dispatchers instructed him to an app called What 3 Words. Works by giving every location in the world its own unique set of words, which can then be plugged into a GPS, translated into coordinates. Richmond Fire says the technology is helpful near a river or any place without an address or a landmark nearby.
It gives you 3 words and allow you to determine someone's exact location within a 10 by 10 square. And because he was inside the building, it wasn't as effective, but it did help us get an idea of where in the building he was.
So the biggest question still remains, y'all. What in the world was this dude wandering around in this particular area? And not only that, there were no trespassing signs up. Got himself caught and in a bad situation at 4:45 in the morning. So my thing is good. I hope this is a lesson learned for him. Thank God he held on to his cell phone because ain't no way in the world, like, it would be very hard to discover him unless he just started screaming and stuff. But 40 feet is a deep, deep hole to fall into, especially without killing yourself. So, hey, if you guys see some no trespassing signs up, that's there for a reason. Please honor that, or you're going to find yourself in a very unfortunate situation. Here is the story that we were talking about earlier. Viral video going out right now. Super scary, but thank God they had a kayak. Cruise ship in the Gulf of Mexico welcomed 2 new guests on board when crew members gave a helping hand to 2 men stranded in a kayak. The cruise line says that after the men were helped onto the ship, they underwent a medical evaluation where staff provided them with first aid and some food. Now, my thing is, I was just like, it'd be really cool if they had an early vacation, but that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, a boat sank, and they had to jump into the kayak. But get this, after going to the cruise ship, they transferred them to a Mexican Navy vessel a short time after the rescue. So, yeah, Them jokers just like, hey, like our producer said, if you don't pay up, you don't get it. So, yeah, no, I honestly would have loved to say that, yo, can I just at least enjoy a captain's dinner or something? I don't know, but this is just bizarre. And thank God that a cruise ship was en route because I can only imagine how scary it would be being lost out there at sea on a tiny little kayak. And Lord knows how long they were out there. Let's get Jazzy Jazz in there. Jazz, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, I am good, girl. What would you do if you were in the situation where these two kayakers, like, what would go through your mind?
Man, I would be terrified. The ocean in itself is something that has always scared me just because we've only discovered about 70% of it. Reverse, we've only discovered about 5% of it.
Yeah.
And it makes up 75% of Earth. So it's scary to think about how much we don't know about the ocean itself. So to be stranded out there, not even knowing that someone's gonna come and rescue me, not having no cell service, not having a way to even get in touch with people, is the idea is terrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that the cruise came upon them and was able to rescue them. That in its own is an absolute miracle. The fact that they were able to save them is crazy. Like, I couldn't even imagine being stranded on a kayak for however long and then suddenly seeing a cruise come out of nowhere and they come save the day.
Right.
So I'm happy that it ended that way.
What do you think about this crunchy dude who found himself in a 40-foot hole? No good way, he ain't got no business over there.
I was wondering why he was there too. I mean, I'm glad that he got rescued, but I was also wondering, what was he doing?
What did you doing? Like, I don't know. People just don't care nowadays. Let's get to this Super Bowl vote. Please tell me. So, what's the polls looking like now on the mega poll?
Okay, so it looks like it's about the same as yesterday. So we have 24 responses.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna like this. Chiefs are still in the lead.
By how much?
71%, girl.
What? Are you sure? Like, how was we balanced out earlier today then?
Man, yep.
People, I tell you.
49ers, they only have, they're not winning at all. They have 29%.
Man.
Them, like, at 71%. So you better tell your friends to go vote.
I'm gonna tell the Swifties like I told them yesterday, stop it. Stop voting. Anyways, Jess, do we have any viewers today?
Yeah, we have a ton of viewers. We don't have any comments, but like I always say, if you're catching up on the morning sprint later, you can always give a comment on WSLS.com, Facebook, and YouTube.
Perfecto, Jazz. Thank you so much.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Well, 49ers, I still think the 49ers are going to win. I am going for the people nobody thinks going to win or want to win, and it's going to be 49ers. I know our producer, Rebecca's in here flipping me off. Yeah, put your business out there. Yeah, you did. Anyways, she's in that area. She's STL, that's her home, so I get it. She was all, she won last season and all that good stuff. This year, I think a little feeling's gonna get hurt. And it's fine though. It's cool because sometimes we all just have to face the realities of the world. Everything doesn't go our way. So 49ers, if you're a fan of the 49ers, please cast your votes right now. We're going to figure out who wins as we get closer and closer to the Super Bowl. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Sprint today. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. WSLS.com. Let me get my screens together. There we go. All right. Peace out.